love to jump rope. And as a teambodybuilding.com athlete, nothing brings me more joy than sharing with you today one of my high-intensity 20-minute jump rope circuits. Now, I know you're busy. I'm a busy dentist. I don't have time to go to the gym or spend hours and hours working out. And that's why I prefer to do short but intense workouts at home using my body weight and my jump rope. It saves you time, it saves you money, and research demonstrates that high-intensity workouts boost the metabolism and burn more fat. Now, before we begin, I wanted to share with you my Dr. Sarah Solomon Cross-Speed Jump Rope by Buddy Lee Jump Ropes, which is awesome not just because it's pink, but it's also awesome because it was invented by one of the best, if not the best, jump roper in the world, Buddy Lee. Now, what's special about this jump rope is the fact that it's height adjustable and it has a patented swivel bearing. So you can see this is going to minimize drag and friction when you're jumping rope, making it a lot easier, especially for beginners, to learn how to jump rope. Are you ready to jump? Make sure you review the exercises as well as Buddy Lee's correct jump rope technique that I have outlined in the bodybuilding.com article. Okay, here we go. I want you to set your timers for 50 seconds of work and 10 seconds of rest. Now here you can see me doing jump rope with the high step technique. Now you originally saw me start off using the basic bounce technique, which is the beginner's technique, and it's imperative you master this technique before you progress to the second move you saw me doing, which was the alternate foot step. Once you get comfortable with the alternate foot step, then you can progress to what I'm doing here, the high step technique, which is the same as the alternate foot step, except you're going to be raising your knees to hip level. Now, not only does this strengthen your shoulders, but it's also going to be working your ab muscles as well as your quads. Just make sure you keep your knees coming up to hip level and keep your back straight.
Rest.
So grab a pair of hex dumbbells, hex because you don't want them to roll. And in case you're wondering, these are 12-pound dumbbells. And you can see I'm in the push-up position. My back is completely straight and my butt is not way up in the air. And you can see the dumbbells are slightly wider than shoulder width apart. You can see that I'm lowering my body to the floor and then I'm pushing myself back up, and then once I'm up in the starting position, I'm going to row the dumbbell in my right arm and then lower it and repeat with the other arm. Now the key is that you got to keep your hips square, meaning you don't want your torso to be rotating when you're lifting the dumbbells to the side. The modification for this exercise would be conventional push-ups without the weights.
Rest. Work.
So we're back to the jump rope for 50 seconds, and here you see me doing the high step technique. Now that doesn't mean you have to do that too. Do not sacrifice your form. I prefer you do the alternate foot step or the basic bounce. And again, do not make the mistake of sacrificing your form for speed either. Now, I want to review a few techniques. I want you to make sure that you keep looking straight ahead because that's going to help you keep your balance. And make sure you do maintain an upright posture. And I want you to be landing softly on the balls of your feet. Now, if you are doing the alternate foot step or the basic bounce, you don't have to jump very high off the ground. Only about an inch off of the ground will be enough.
Rest. Work.
For the tricep dips, place a chair behind you. Hold onto the edge of the chair with your arms fully extended and shoulder width apart. For beginners, keep both of your legs at a 90-degree angle. Now for a more advanced version, what you see me doing here, both of my legs are straight out in front of me with my heels resting on the floor. And if I want to make this more advanced, I can put my feet up onto a stool or another chair or even a Swiss ball. So you can see I'm slowly lowering myself until I form an acute angle at my elbow joint. And then I raise myself back up using my triceps right up to the starting position. Hang in there. I know it's burning, but you're almost done.
Rest. Work.
And we're back to the jump rope with the high step. Now, the intensity has to stay high. So if that means you need to drop down to alternate foot step or basic bounce, go ahead and do that. As long as you're keeping that intensity going as high as you can, that's all that matters. I wanted to also review a common mistake that I see with first-time jumpers, and even veteran jumpers for that matter. There's a tendency for a lot of people to put their elbows way out to the sides when they jump rope, and it's actually a lot easier to jump rope if you keep them tucked in closer to your sides and at a 45-degree angle. So see if you actually do have your elbows out and tuck them right in, and you'll notice a difference right away.
Rest.
Notice I pick up my weights using a correct lifting technique. My back is straight.
Work.
Stand with your feet shoulder width apart, holding the dumbbells at shoulder height, palms facing forward, wrists are straight. You're going to squat down, but you have to keep your core engaged and keep your back straight. This is important for protecting your spine. As you lower down, ensure your knees do not extend past your toes. Notice how low to the ground I am going. Ladies, you keep asking me, how did I build up my glutes? Well, this is how. You need to go down very low if you want to properly engage that under bum and build those glutes on the way back up. Now, all of my body weight is pressing through my heels. And as I press up, I'm pushing powerfully through those heels and thrusting my hips, which is helping to propel those weights up above my head.
Rest.
Notice when I put the weights on the floor that I kept my back straight and I lowered to the ground using my legs.
Work.
And we're off like a herd of turtles. So we're back to the jump rope with the high step. And I want to ask you, are you going all out? Are you pushing with high intensity? Because that's what's going to make the difference. That's what's going to make the change in your physique. You've got to keep that intensity as high as possible. Come on, keep going. There's only a few seconds left in this cycle. Come on. Keep those knees up high. Keep your core engaged. Land softly on the balls of your feet and keep those elbows tucked in at your side, looking straight ahead. You've got it. Come on, only a couple seconds left. Hang in there. Don't forget to breathe. You're almost there.
Rest. Work.
Breakdancer planks are my favorite. They were taught to me by Emily Sterling, 3-time world figure champion, and she called them breakdancer planks because they look like you're breakdancing. They're basically just a plank with a twist. So you're going to support your weight on your toes and your forearms, keep your arms bent and directly below your shoulders. And then what you're going to do, you're going to keep your body straight. Don't let your butt get too high up in the air. Take your right foot and you're going to have to twist your torso to get that right foot to touch the floor on the left side. Then you're going to repeat for the opposite side. Now this is not an easy exercise at all. If you need to do the modification, do a conventional plank. I mean, you can hear me grunting like crazy. I call that gruntifical force because I actually seem to think that helps me. I'm not sure.
Rest. Work.
This is the last round with the jump rope, and you know what? I know you're tired, and I know this is hard. Trust me, I'm feeling it too. But you got to ask yourself, can you go faster? Can you keep that intensity up high? You just got to go for it. Again, I can't emphasize it enough. Do not sacrifice your form. Jump rope is a low impact activity if you execute it correctly. This means you're not jumping extremely high off the ground. That's a misnomer. You're only jumping 3/4 of an inch to an inch off of the ground, and your wrists are only making small 2-inch circles. There are no exaggerated motions. And guess what? You're almost done. This is awesome. Keep going.
Rest. Work.
You can see you don't need fancy gym equipment to do a home workout. I'm just using a kitchen chair. You could use a stool, a piano bench, whatever you have around the house that's an elevated surface, even a staircase. So I started with the modification beginner's version, which was no weights, which is especially important if you have balance issues. Once you've mastered that, then you can start to use dumbbells. Here you see me using 12-pound weights. Now, as I place my right foot up onto the chair, I'm actually using my heel to lift the rest of my body up onto the chair. Then I place the left leg up on the chair, then I bring the left leg back down, and then lower with the right leg, and repeat with the opposite side. Notice I'm keeping my back straight the entire time.
Rest. Session complete.
I found that workout to be super intense and very challenging. Now, the first time I did it, I repeated the circuit. So I did it for a total of 20 minutes. So if you still have it in you, go ahead, hit it up and do it again. Otherwise, make sure you stretch, foam roll, hydrate, and keep jumping.